Welcome everyone, this is Honest Restart. So for this video, we're going to be going into a whole bunch of speculation about the future of the Nintendo Direct and the different potential announcements we could be seeing from Nintendo in 2020. Now the reason we're talking about this today is because we've been getting a whole bunch of different reports from VentureBeat about what's going on with Nintendo. We've been told that currently Nintendo is not planning any Nintendo Directs for the foreseeable future. They are telling partners to just go ahead and make their announcements, and these partners are third parties, just for the record, and that Nintendo has some of their own games that are ready to announce really soon. One of them was Paper Mario. We got the trailer for that, and at the end it did seem like they were maybe teasing something for Metroid, but also supposedly Pikmin 3 Deluxe, Super Mario 3D World Deluxe, and these Mario Remasters are all rumored to be getting announcements really soon as well. When exactly will we get these announcements? What will happen besides these announcements? And what will happen with the next Nintendo Direct if there is one? All of that is up for debate, and that's what we're talking about today. Now, before we get started, I quickly want to talk about our social media. There is a Twitter page, there is a Discord community, there is a Patreon page, and there's even a Twitch channel that I'm thinking about getting back into streaming really soon. So if you're interested in any of that, check it out. It is all linked in the description below. So, in order to get you guys all up to speed, let's go ahead and read the excerpt from VentureBeat about what's going on with Nintendo. Nintendo isn't planning a Direct at all for now. It's telling development partners not to wait for a Direct even if they have a big announcement. As for first-party games, expect Nintendo to repeat its Paper Mario the Origami King strategy. Surprise trailer drops out of nowhere can still build a lot of excitement. The company also doesn't have to worry about meeting expectations if you don't know something is coming. And what's coming is Pikmin 3 Deluxe, 3D Mario Remasters, and Super Mario 3D World Deluxe. It could have some surprises beyond that, but it may wait for those until it can start doing Directs again. There is a variety of things that we can talk about from this excerpt from VentureBeat, but the first thing I want to talk about is how it was never said at any point that there will never be a Nintendo Direct again, and I feel that there's been some debate about this, that there won't be a Nintendo Direct ever again, that Nintendo is now done with that strategy. I don't think so. I strongly disagree with that notion, but I'll also say that perhaps they will try out this strategy of just having trailer drops, see how it goes, and if for whatever reason it seems to work out really well for them, that could impact the way we see Nintendo Directs in the future. But the reality of the situation is, from what we understand at this point, is that the reason we haven't been getting Nintendo Directs is because Nintendo has been transitioning to remote development. A lot of their partners have been doing the same. There isn't really a clear understanding between the different partners about when different games are going to be coming out. Development is getting delayed. So in other words, it's really hard to put together a presentation with all these different partners and give us announcements and release dates for all these different games. So because of that, there hasn't been a Nintendo Direct recently, and that's why, supposedly, according to VentureBeat, there will not be a Nintendo Direct around the E3 time, and maybe not for a few months from now. My personal expectation is that once we get past the summer months, there will be a bigger Nintendo Direct. Maybe we no longer can get a Nintendo Direct for the summertime if Nintendo plans to make more announcements like what we got with Paper Mario. If we get a 3D World Deluxe trailer, and a Pikmin 3 trailer, and a Mario Remasters trailer, and maybe even a Metroid trailer within the next 3 months or so, that could be enough to sort of tide us over for this middle part of the year for Nintendo. But I do think once we get closer to the holiday season, there will need to be an announcement about what's to come then, and also perhaps giving us an idea of what's going to happen early on in 2021. So I'm thinking that even if there is going to be this direct delay or cancellation and we won't be getting one anytime soon, I'm thinking that at the very latest, we will get a Nintendo Direct around the September or October time. Obviously, this is just my speculation. I don't really know. Maybe we'll have to wait even longer. Maybe it could be sooner. But right now, as things stand, from what we've heard and been talking about, I'm thinking that's around the time we will get a Nintendo Direct. Basically, we're just skipping the E3 Direct we normally get every year, and once it's time to do that September late year Nintendo Direct, we will get that. Maybe it won't be September, maybe it'll be a little bit later, but that's around the time I could see it happening. Now, I don't entirely understand how important it is to get an announcement for a game out before its actual release. It does seem like there needs to be some time before then. Usually it's a lot longer than just 2 months, but with the Paper Mario trailer, it's literally 2 months and a week. So yeah, that is a little unprecedented, I would say. There hasn't been too many examples of that in the past where Nintendo has made an announcement for a big game that's going to be $60 that you could buy in retail and it be coming out 2 months after its announcement. That is really rare. But given the circumstances, we may be seeing more of that throughout this year. So going with that thinking, when we're starting to sort of debate about what could come in the holiday season, say for example November, probably Nintendo will make an announcement by September, I would say, for that holiday period. If there's not going to be a big game until December, then maybe we can wait until October, but I'm thinking that at the latest, September is a time Nintendo could go before they make an announcement for a major holiday release, if there's going to be one. Maybe it's Breath of the Wild 2, maybe not, maybe it's some Retro Studios game, maybe it's just the Mario Remasters, or maybe it's something else we don't know about, but I have to think Nintendo's going to have something big, or relatively big, for the holiday season, so I still think there's going to be announcements. Maybe they just do trailers for the entire year, but I feel like, maybe they would have more than just one game for the holiday season. Maybe they would have something for October and December. So probably, I think there's still going to be a big Nintendo Direct just a little bit later into the year. I guess September could still really be that time. But let's consider what we know officially right now. Officially, we know that Bravely Default 2, which is being published by Nintendo, and Paper Mario are due out this year. Paper Mario we know is coming out in July. Bravely Default 2 doesn't have a specific time yet, but I'm personally thinking it could be coming out around the late summertime, similar to the way Octopath Traveler came out 2 years ago. It's being made by the same team. Paper Mario is coming out in July, so maybe it doesn't come out in July, and there is going to be a bit of a transition with remote development, so maybe we have to wait a little bit longer, but it wouldn't shock me if we see this game around the August time, give or take a month. But then we have rumors for the Mario Remasters, for Pikmin 3 Deluxe, 3D World, the games we've been talking about throughout the year. Those all seem to be real, and they're going to be coming at some point or another. Now, my personal speculation was that the Mario Remasters would come out in September, because that is the actual month of the anniversary, the 35th anniversary for Mario, and if Nintendo is crafting this sort of compilation pack of the 3D Mario games for the anniversary for Mario, the best time to release that would be an anniversary time, which would be September. And in my opinion, of all the things we know about that are rumored, I would say the Mario Remasters are the biggest thing, and looking at the way things have been coming out this year for Nintendo, we had Animal Crossing in March and Xenoblade in May, or we're getting Xenoblade in May because it hasn't come out yet as of this recording, but then in July, we're getting Paper Mario. Have you guys noticed the pattern yet? It seems like we're skipping every month before we get a major Nintendo game. So I'm personally thinking that the next big major release is probably going to be September, and I feel like the Mario Remasters may take up that slot. Maybe it's something else, or maybe Nintendo doesn't really skip a month every single time. I am kind of hoping that we get to the point where it's kind of like 2019, where the first half of the year may have been a little slow, but by the second half, we are getting a major game once a month, or even more frequent than that. As for when we could see an announcement for Pikmin 3, well, according to VentureBeat, both the Mario Remasters and Pikmin 3 are in the exact same situation as Paper Mario, where they're basically done and ready to be announced, so they could be getting an announcement really soon. I feel like Pikmin 3 could also be right around the corner. If Paper Mario is coming out in July, and these Mario Remasters are coming out around September, which is my prediction, we don't really know, then it wouldn't surprise me if Pikmin 3 also comes out around that time. Maybe it's also squeezed into August, or maybe it's a little bit later into September or early October, but basically I'm thinking that Pikmin 3 will come out sometime after Paper Mario, maybe August, maybe September. I'm personally doubting October, but that is technically a possibility, but I'm thinking it's going to be announced sooner than that. As for 3D World Deluxe, assuming that is also real, I'm thinking that Nintendo has to space out these Mario games a little bit. So if we're getting Paper Mario in July and we have to wait until September to see the Mario Remasters, then maybe we wait a little bit longer to get 3D World Deluxe. Maybe 3D World Deluxe could be a November game or a December game. Personally, I would find it a little disappointing if a port of a Wii U game was the sole main holiday game, but it does seem like that could maybe be around the time it could come out. But that doesn't mean it could be the only game that could be coming out around that time, and I do think that 3D World Deluxe will be liked by a great many people, and it will sell very well, so it would be a strong type of game to have come out during the holiday time. And maybe we could switch it around. Maybe the Mario Remasters come out later into the year, and 3D World Deluxe comes sooner. But personally, I'm thinking that the Mario Remasters are coming out September, purely because of the whole anniversary thing. If the idea for the Mario Remasters is to celebrate the 35th anniversary for Mario, I feel like September, the actual anniversary month for Mario, would be the right time to release it. Besides these Mario games and Pikmin 3, what else could there be? Well, as I brought up earlier in the video, there does seem like there is a Metroid tease at the end of the Paper Mario trailer. I think we have a long time before we see Metroid Prime 4 coming out at least, and maybe we could see Metroid Prime Trilogy come out this year. It is a remaster, it would be easier for it to come out as opposed to a big ground up new game, but I'm thinking, as rumors have been suggesting, that it would be a 2D Metroid game, maybe a sequel to Fusion or something along those lines. That's what I'm kind of expecting. It's been a few years since the release of Metroid Samus Returns, which Mercury Steam developed. I feel like if they are working on the next Metroid game, this year would be around the time that it would make sense for them to come out with the next one. So it really wouldn't shock me if we have a 2D Metroid that's basically done that could be coming out this year, especially after that tease of Metroid at the end of the Paper Mario trailer. Now, some people are debating if it could be a 2D Metroid game because the Prime producer is also working on Paper Mario, so maybe this little Metroid tease has more to do with the Metroid Prime games instead. Maybe that's the case, or maybe it's simply meant to tease Metroid as a whole anyway. Maybe Kensuke Tanabe, the Prime producer, would want any mention of Metroid to be brought up because that starts building up hype and excitement for the other Metroid games, which he is working on. So maybe that's what it is. Hard to say at this point, but I feel like for sure something Metroid is coming this year. Beyond all this, I am hoping for a couple more surprises. Maybe there's another big holiday game. You guys know I want to see Breath of the Wild 2 for the holidays, but it may not be the time for that game to come out. Maybe there's something else out there. I also brought up maybe that Secret Retro Studios game, if there is one. This does seem like the right time to come out with that if they're already shifting over development to Metroid Prime 4. They are likely done with whatever other project they've been working on or almost done, so maybe that could be the case. Really, at this point, it's up in the air, but I'm definitely curious what you guys think about what potential big holiday game could come out this year, if it is anything else beyond what we already know about or what's rumored. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. But besides that, guys, at least for the next few months, I would expect just trailer drops from Nintendo and other companies, but I still think we'll be getting a Nintendo Direct later this year, but just not a couple months from now, maybe a little bit later, like September, as I've been suggesting. But that's all for now, everyone. Thank you so much for listening and watching. This is On Just Restart. I'll see you all really soon. Take care.